They lied to us. WWE management lied, and everyone fell for it. All the finger-pointing at Jimmy USO, all the overanalyzing of security footage, all the talk about bloodline family drama. It was all a smokescreen. Because the real attacker, the man who brutally took out Jacob Fatu backstage, finally revealed himself on SmackDown, and it's not who anyone expected. Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior, made a shocking return after weeks of absence. He stormed into the arena, found Jacob Fatu backstage, and finished what he started. But when you hear why Drew targeted Jacob, when you understand his personal vendetta against Roman Reigns, you'll realize this wasn't just an attack. It was the declaration of war. SmackDown was halfway through when chaos erupted backstage. Medical staff sprinted down hallways, producers shouted into headsets, and security surrounded a horrifying scene. Jacob Fatu lay motionless on the floor, bloodied and beaten, while Drew McIntyre stood over him, chest heaving, holding a mangled steel chair. No smile, no taunt, no words, just cold, mechanical rage. When security approached, Drew raised the chair, daring anyone to come closer. He wasn't performing, he was on a mission. Nick Aldis, the SmackDown GM, arrived moments later. Everyone expected him to call for Drew's arrest or suspension. Instead, he looked at Drew, then at Jacob's broken body and said, "Is it done?" Drew nodded, dropped the chair, and walked away. No resistance. No punishment. Just eerie silence. Aldis let him go. That moment sent shockwaves through WWE because it hinted at something much darker. That this wasn't a rogue attack. It was sanctioned, authorized, maybe even planned. Why would WWE management allow something like this? What game is Aldis playing? Later that night, Drew returned to the ring. Cleaned up, calm, and cold. The crowd didn't know how to react. Cheers mixed with boos and uneasy silence. Then Drew grabbed a mic and broke the silence. He said he'd been gone because he was planning, watching, and waiting for the right time to declare war on Roman Reigns and his entire empire. He said Jacob made the mistake of aligning with Roman, and this was the price. But Jacob, he promised, was just the beginning. Drew vowed to dismantle everything Roman built, to destroy every family member, every ally, every soldier until Roman had nowhere left to hide. When Roman finally stands alone, Drew promised to take everything from him, just as Roman took everything from Drew. The crowd was stunned. Nick Aldis walked out again, and everyone expected him to suspend Drew. Instead, Aldis said Drew's actions were brutal and unacceptable, but because of his unresolved history with Roman Reigns, WWE would make an exception. No suspension. No fine. Drew could continue his war against the bloodline as long as no one innocent got caught in the crossfire. The arena exploded, cheers, boos, and chaos. Aldis had just legalized Drew's war. From that moment, SmackDown became a battlefield. To understand this, you have to know the history. Drew and Roman have danced around each other for years. Near misses, brand switches, bad timing. Drew carried WWE during the pandemic, while Roman became the tribal chief and stole the spotlight. Drew has always felt overlooked, treated like the backup star while Roman got all the glory. That bitterness grew until it finally consumed him. Reports say the breaking point came when Roman mocked him backstage, calling him irrelevant and not worth his time. That insult lit the fuse. Instead of challenging Roman directly, Drew decided to tear down his empire piece by piece. Jacob Fatu, Roman's enforcer, was the first to fall. But what's even wilder is the possibility that Drew was behind the earlier attack on Jacob, the one Jimmy USO was blamed for. Did Drew and Aldis set Jimmy up? Was this entire thing orchestrated to create confusion and paranoia within the bloodline before Drew struck openly? It would explain everything. Now, Jacob's medical condition is reportedly serious. Another concussion, possible long-term damage, and if he's out for months, Drew's plan worked perfectly. Roman just lost his top soldier. But it raises moral questions too. How far will WWE go for ratings? Are they sacrificing wrestlers' safety for shock value? Backstage reactions are split. Some wrestlers think Drew's chaos is the shake-up WWE needed. Others are furious, calling it dangerous and irresponsible. Even Roman Reigns himself is reportedly livid and preparing to return sooner than expected to deal with Drew personally. And that's where this is headed. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, the war that's been years in the making. WWE knows it. The fans know it. This is the collision we've all been waiting for. But if WWE wants this to work, they have to keep it balanced. No overkill, no repetitive attacks, real stakes and consequences.